I'm Jackson Pearce, and this video is about what it's like to be a writer. So I have 2 books that are already available on shelves, and I have a 3rd book that comes out in 14 days, not that I'm counting. Please buy it. I have a 4th and 5th book coming out next year, and so I feel like I'm finally in a place where I can really sort of discuss the pros and cons of this particular career. First, the pros. Overall, being a writer is awesome. Like seriously, it really kicks ass. But it mostly kicks ass because this is the only thing that I have ever wanted to do. Well, technically I wanted to be a vet for a very short period of time, but then my grandmother told me that sometimes I would have to put animals to sleep, and so that was like out the window, and it was, writer, full speed ahead. I feel like this is what I was born to do. I even kind of feel like this is pretty much the only thing I'm good at. I love writing, I love having written, I love sharing the things that I have written with the world. I like working from home, I like the quasi-flexibility of my schedule, I like having a creative outlet. I love getting paid to do something that I would probably do even if I wasn't getting paid. I love talking to other writers, I love visiting other writers. I feel like some of my closest friends are other writers that I would not have met if I hadn't chosen this profession. And of course, getting emails and letters and things from readers who love my books is still one of the best feelings in the entire world. I mean, there are a few cons, they exist, In the same way the person you're madly in love with can have cons, like, he leaves his shoes on the floor or snores, the career that you're madly in love with can have cons. Sometimes it is frustrating as an author to have people feel like they own a part of me. And I guess they kind of do. I mean, they did buy part of me for $17.99, but still. I get emails and tweets demanding free books or swag or attention, and I give what I can, but sometimes the amount I have to give is not as great as the amount demanded. Seeing my book downloaded illegally continues to frustrate and depress me, and really negative, mean reviews, they sting. It's also frustrating when people assume that I'm rich, because I am not. My bank account is currently in the triple digits, which will change, of course, when another contract or payment goes through, but pretty much if you're a full-time writer and you're not a huge seller, then you're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck, which can be very, very stressful. Even working from home can be really frustrating because sometimes people assume working from home means not working and want to know why you can't hang out all the time. Before I was a full-time author, I worked at a software testing company. We tested cable billing software for companies like the Playboy channel, which means I get to say things like, I used to work in porn, but not like that. It was a really wonderful company to work for. The people were nice, you could kind of wander in whenever you wanted. We had beer on Fridays. And I hated my job. I actually cried when I got home on the first day of training because it wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't how I wanted to spend my life. I wanted to be an author, not a software tester. I felt like I was trapped in someone else's career or someone else's life. That's kind of what I think is the difference between a job and a career. Sometimes being an author can suck. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I have to call the cell phone company and swear that the payment really will be there at the end of the month if they could just wait a little bit longer. But I never feel like I am stuck in someone else's life, which makes this, for me, the best job in the entire world. It definitely beats working in porn. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again on Friday.